I want to fast forward to the day she came to your home. She drove many, many hours to get there. And this is all literally about 17 hours or so after she has stabbed Travis Alexander, whom you also knew, stabbed him to death. I know she was very late in getting to you. What was her explanation as to why she was almost 24 hours late getting to your place?
Yeah, she told me she was leaving. She lived in Northern California. She was going to go visit a friend in Southern California that had a baby or something like that. The plan was that she told me a week prior to this she was planning to come see me. And when the day arrived, she called me from Southern California around 9 p.m. on Tuesday. She was supposed to get to my house. It's a 12-hour drive from LA to Salt Lake City. She was going to get to my house at 9 p.m. Obviously, I was concerned about her driving in the middle of the night, so I told her to pull over. She could call me if she wanted me to help her stay awake. And so I maybe really expected her maybe around 12 or 1 p.m. But I called her at 9 the next day on Wednesday. It went straight to voicemail. I wasn't too concerned at that point. I figured she might have pulled over just to take a nap. At 12:01, when it didn't still go through, now I was starting to get concerned. And then I even tried maybe 2 other times. After that, even contacted another friend that she had in Salt Lake City to see if she had heard from her. Her reason was, and I think they did an objection in court. They didn't want me to speculate on this, but I guess I can talk here. She said she got lost. She got on the wrong freeway, and she was kind of airheaded like that. That's what she said. And she drove for hours upon hours. It was the middle of the night, so it was dark, so she didn't realize where she was going. At that point, she, was so tired, she fell asleep, and she couldn't believe how many hours she fell asleep. And then she tried to get back on the right path to come back.
Did it sound truthful to you?
Not at all, and that's what the prosecutor was trying to get me to say, is that, while she was telling me this, and the defense tried to make it sound like we were a couple, I was definitely interested in her, and that's why we were talking 4 or 5 times a week for over a month, but we weren't together. And so I didn't really, I knew that she was somewhere that she didn't want to tell me, and I just, I grew up in the LDS church. At that time, I hadn't attended an LDS, church for over a year. I attend a Christian church now.
Okay, so at that time you were still a Mormon, although you were not regularly attending. Is my understanding that at the time you believed that Jodi Arias was actually pulling you closer to God?
Some of the talks were, why I was not attending the LDS church at the time, and she was, from my perspective, somebody who felt like she wanted to, tell me to read my scriptures more, pray more, and it wasn't like she's trying to, really push me, but we'd have casual conversations. It was more like she was trying to, get me back on that right path. Not
Ryan,
that that was what that was
about.
So
you're telling me that Jodi Arias, now on trial for stabbing her lover after a full day of, it was a sex marathon, stabbing him 29 times, she's telling you that you should read the scriptures more.
Yeah, that's just that conversation.
I just want to make sure I understood that correctly.